and it's with big issues, and we're talking about apparently a line that government had reported to the International Monetary Fund that they are projections for getting some great tax handles to get the needed revenue had not been able to be met. And specifically on page 10 of that IMF document is that, well, they intend possibly finding new ways by which they can reintroduce the value-added tax on electricity that you and I pay as consumers. How is government even thinking of doing that at all? And why should that even be a proposition? What would it mean? How can government find new ways by which they can do that? So we're going to have some great people who are going to join us this morning. Eduji Tamaklo is a legal practitioner. He's going to join us. So we're going to have some great discussions alongside. And then, of course, we also know that lawyer Boabing Asamoah, he used to be a director of communication for the ruling MPP as well, and then also a member of parliament for the Adentan constituency. He'll be right there joining us. He currently is with the Movement for Change that was birthed or founded by Alan Kojo Tremantin. And then Dr. Ifrey also will be joining us, and he's an economist, and so we're going to have some great perspective to the issues to make sure that we put all the issues into perspective. And how are we going to do that, looking at all the difficulties in terms of the economic livelihoods that people have? And thereafter, today, we are in my constituency, a constituency that I lived for many years. I still live very close by. And so you go to Ashaiman, Tema West, and subsequently we have all that. So we are at the Ashaiman station today. And for those of us who are watching us from Ashaiman, please make sure that you go to the Ashaiman station, where we're going to give you our community manifesto this morning. Na Ashoko is going to be live speaking to my people and varied people, politically exposed person, ordinary people. And when you're talking the Ashaiman station is where you have to go. We're going to tell you about how our roads are bad. I think I should have been there as one of the citizens who are having grievances. But also, we invited the municipal chief executive, a great friend of mine. Actually, we all go to the same church as well, Mr. Autry, and he will also be there. So make sure that we have some great conversation on Community Manifesto. In the meantime, our question of the day is about the Concerned Drivers Association now saying that their intention to postpone the implementation of new transport fares is because they want to have some engagement with the GPRTU and Pro-Tour, etc., so that they come to some conclusion. It also means that they haven't said they have suspended. Now, for you as ordinary viewers and citizens, what do you make of that position that we have an impending increment in transport fares? How would you deal with that? And that will be a question of the day when it comes to this morning as a segment. As you think about that, again, cash out, *439#, and certainly you're going to have some great money being credited into your mobile money account. In the meantime, we'll bring you this morning. Well, so we have the Concerned Drivers Association of Ghana. They are saying that they are going to, implement new transport fares. They are going to charge us, the consumers or the commuters, the motorists or the pedestrians, new transport fares. And already a number of you are raising key concerns. And for example, one of my lead senior producers as well as editors back in my early years in broadcasting currently is an Osofo Mami. So the Reverend Ruby Amable, good morning. You say you're watching me and you're saying I'm looking extremely sharp. You're watching me from Peki. Good morning to you, Auntie Ruby. And what do you make of this? Chief Mante also inside Akosumo is also watching. All of you, what do you make? We already have a first caller. And good morning to you. What's your name? Where are you calling us from?
Roland.
Alhaji Binu Yorubo Shele. Decibel.
Nah.
Okay, please. Please go ahead and let's hear from you.
First of all, let me send my greeting to you and my senior brother. Honorable ABA Fusene, and incoming MP for Wutu Senya now you. And you see, I think sometimes we need to understand what is happening in the increment for the lorry fare and others. You see, when you look at the fuel price, and you will be happy that they should increase the prices. Because if you are a worker and you came to work and you go home, you don't have anything to give to your family, it means that you make loss. So each and any time and they saying that they will increase and they make you turn, that one they will appreciate what they did. But this wicked government, you see, I don't know what people thinking about our country's future. Because we have a leader who doesn't listen to people. And this time around, they left 138 days to election, and you still increase the prices of the petrol, and you're thinking that we should be happy. Each and any person who is thinking forward will not make mistake to go and cast his vote for the MPP. And look at what Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia did for us. And he said he goes for oil, will let our fuel price come down. Is that not so?
Well, that's what he said.
Look, that's what he said. And look at how our fuel price go up. 1 liter, 16 Ghana cedi. Maybe if I say 16 Ghana cedi, also no have doubt. Each and any time, and you see the meter board, 15.1.
Alaji, hurry up and wrap up.
I just want to wrap up there. If you see 15.10, it means that it is 16 Ghana cedi before you pay and get the liter. And look at the money and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia just told us. And the call go down, $12 million. If we put that money into our petroleum sector, we'll enjoy.
Yeah.
So we don't want such criminal to lead the country again. We want John Dramani Mahama should come with the 24-hour economy.
Thank you very much. Alhaji Beni Yorubo Shele, thank you very much for the call. But it also means, so we're going to look out for the latest increment we have by way of the transport fares or the fuel rates or the prices as we have it at the pumps currently. But already we have Sherry Giovanni, he's a regular watcher, who says we perfectly understand the plight of these drivers, but they should also understand the majority of Ghanaians who are their customers. At this time, we won't accept any increment. He says, thank you. And then we have another caller. What's your name? What are you calling us from, sir or madam?
Yeah, Ronald, good morning. This is Anand Sapeman.
Oh, Sapeman Anand. Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah.
So, I'm fine, and you?
Chala, I'm well, Miss Anand.
So, Ronald, let me greet Nana Moeti the the chief of Kunfi Abo, and former honorable member, Honorable Yusuf Ko, sir.
All right, go ahead.
Ronald, you know what? The last time I was telling someone that it seems like this current government, they don't think about we the youth.
Okay.
They only think about how they will benefit. Because if they think about us, when was the time that we start complaining that this country, the cost of living is going high, it's rising. And the government is saying they don't care about we the youth. See, I'm a driver, and my license is there. Day in, day out, I have to, year in, year out, I have to renew it and put it down. But when you tell somebody to even buy you a car for work and pay, the person will tell you that I can buy the car, but how much will I give it to you? I don't think you can pay. And now the fuel, blah, blah, blah. So at the end of the day, you have to stay home. So if they are sitting down, for everything is going high and they don't think about it, and now the transport operators are coming to increase it, how will the ordinary Ghanaian will take care and go work or go wherever he wanted to go? Meaning we all suffer.
I agree with you.
God bless you.
Charlie. Brother Yebakasa, aye. And then also, I have this one from Osei Kwame Boateng, who says he's sending this message from Inshai, so in Kumasi. He says that, look, we are all suffering. The reality is that transport fares have a lot of effect on all things, goods and services. And so any increment will mean that we as Ghanaians are going to suffer. We know that the economy is not too well, but we should trust Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo to do the best for us. Hail MPP, all the best, 2024. And then also Jerry Amejro texting us from the North Tongue constituency says, I'm looking sharp. Thank you, Jerry. He says, this is the most wicked government we've ever seen. Constant increments of fuel and subsequently transport fares. Why are we where we are? And that's Jerry Amejro. Good morning to you. You're also calling us from where exactly? Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Marco Samuel from Afusu, Brimnorth District.
Okay, Brimnorth District. Okay, so Samuel, tell me, how difficult would it be if transport fares are increased? Even though currently the Concerned Drivers Association said there's a stalemate, they've just postponed it to have some negotiations with the GPRTU. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. Greetings to your audience. I really appreciate your effort and the program that you are doing this morning. And looking at currently, we are even finding it difficult. Even the fare, we are finding it difficult to pay. And now they are going to increase it. Then how are we going to survive? It is very difficult for us. This time around, it seems the ministers and the MPs who have been going for free fuel, and they need to put a stop to that.
Yeah.
So that we'll be able to, help Ghanaians as much as possible, because the country is not becoming like the way we expected. It seems the MPP government, they are doing more than expectation.
Yeah.
And this is the reason why we voted for the MPP government. No. Is that not so? That wasn't our expectation.
Yeah.
You see, that last 4 years, this was the reason why we decided not to vote for the NDC, because of those hardships. But now, they are more than what we could have ever thought.
Okay,
so
Sammy.
This time around, it seems we're not going to campaign for that, so we want to respect.
Sammy, you say you're calling from where? Where in the Brimnorth District?
Brimnorth in Eastern Region.
Which town?
Afusu.
Afusu. Okay, thank you very much for that call, Sammy. And this one is coming from Chief Mante inside Akosumo. He says, good morning to all of you. Now, I have a big question. He continues by asking, can someone explain to us Ghanaians the gains we have derived from the Vice President's gold for oil policy and how its effect has been on the forex rates as well as the fuel prices? Yeah, it's a big question. Mo Ajiman says, Roland, if you run a transport business, you want fares to go up. But as passengers, we prefer stable fares and urge the government to address the frequent fuel price hikes. Mo Ajiman. And then also, I have this one from Guy G, Cantonment Accra. It's very unfortunate that any increase in fuel pricing seems to affect every other price of commodities or good. It is because the increase in the petrol price leads to an increase in the cost of transportation, leading to overall inflation in the country. Hence, that's a direct impact on citizens' expenditure. Guy G, Cantonment Accra. Good morning. What's your name? Where are you calling us from?
Good morning. I'm Anis Kalai Karim calling for Port Cement.
Oh, mashallah. Mashallah. Go ahead.
Hey, how are you?
Charlie Adeo Alaji.
By the way, my name is Alai Karim.
Alaji Karim, go ahead.
I'm a driver, professional driver.
Oh, you are a professional driver?
Yeah, but driver for London cars. But 2016, for a car to KGB is how much? It is 60 Ghana. Today is war and 30 Ghana. 60. Today is a war and 30 Ghana. They are going to increase the fare again. I am driver, but no, the time will come, join the time, we can be. Hold on, just imagine. It's like this Bawumia Akufo-Addo. They have no pity for Ghanaians. They don't think about us. I'm sorry for the Bawumia.
Oh, what has Bawumia done to you this morning? Well, Mr. Mike Aflu, who is a tax expert, he's a regular opinion contributor to many publications, says if you take a look at the taxes on electricity and all the things that are going to happen, we should be worried because already the government is collecting a lot of taxes. It is important that we question government, for example, that what happened to those monies that were lodged into the account of GCB, and for all this while, no account has been made. That was a direct question or a report in the Auditor General's Department. Roland, try and probe that for me. All right. Good morning. Where are you calling us from? What's your name as well?
This is Abine calling from Tamale.
Okay, go ahead. What did you say your first name was? Aminu.
I'm going to contribute the increments of the fuel prices in it.
Okay, go ahead, please. Go ahead.
I'm suggesting something, Mr. Roland. The way they are increasing the fuel time, you are going to the election time. Because it's just left with few months for us to go and change the one that we want to be maybe ruling the nation. So it's in a way that can help the system so that people will also get encouraged and put their mind on it that maybe the system is more ordered. The economy started to maybe saying that they will make it better for Ghana. It's deplorable for the system, and no one is understanding them or saying that they shouldn't increase.
Okay.
But what I want them to do is that they should have been looking at many ways. Because if you are saying that dollar, we are depending on the dollar. This thing is down for us so that we can go there and get the thing that we want for the system. So that we can get it easy for us.
I
We shouldn't be depending on the dollar only.
I think you've made
We
your
should be looking at the other countries. Like the Arabic countries.
I think you've made your point. Let me just read this one from John Agringi, as well as the wife Juliet Ayanga. And they all say they're watching this one from Kumasi, and they say that, Roland, please let's make sure we beg them to stop, because this is going to give us some difficulties when it comes